Well, I'm back at it again, and I'm going to do get something here. I'm going to do a Lunenburg County-inspired meal, and I'm probably going to do a lot more of them in the future. Tell you guys the honest truth. And I'm going to do sauerkraut and sausages and some pork chops. The French call it charcuterie garnie. Do a bunch of other different things in it, but it's just going to be Lunenburg County-inspired. Assisting me today is Christy. She doesn't want to be filmed, so I'm not going to film her. I promised her that I will not film her. And she's actually wearing a Get Your Eat on Nova Scotia hoodie. So here we go. Since we're doing sauerkraut, getting some crispy kraut made just outside Lunenburg. It's good. Sauerkraut is an amazing product for you raw. It's all kinds of good gut bacteria and all that kind of stuff. Bulwark cider, of course, it's not going to go in the dish. It's going to go in my belly. Weber sausages. I have a Munich white sausage, a hot Greenfielder sausage, and a sausage which is called a red griller. I got a bunch of different types because I want there to be more. Variety. Chris Weber is a German who lives in Greenfield, and he makes these sausages as well as other products. They're really high quality. They're gluten-free and lactose-free. They're not made with anything that shouldn't be in the sausage, and they also don't have any lead-based paint or poison or anything else like that. But if it did, they're so good I'd probably eat them anyway. Anyway, they're also 100% vegan, except he uses pork. And they're not vegan at all. Oh, here's my puppy. I'm going to use a potato and an onion and some pork chops. I'm going to explain why later. And mustard. Grainy mustard. Ma Bell, she makes the best mustard I've ever tasted. You can taste it if you go to the farm market in Lunenburg. And I think Hubbard's as well. I'm not sure if she does the one in Bridgewater anymore, but check her out. She also makes some of the best jams I've ever had. And so there. Everything's trying as local as possible. Hey, it's got my pot here. I need to get a new one. I've got ones, but I need a larger one. And that's all we're gonna use. This is a very simple recipe. Chris Weber sausages are pre-cooked, so they don't take very long to cook at all. So I'm not gonna put them in right away. I'm gonna put them in towards the end. I'm just gonna put 2 cartons of sauerkraut. My grandmother always puts an onion in her sauerkraut. So I'm going to put an onion in. I'm just going to take the wrapper off, and that's it. And I'm going to cut up some potatoes and put in, and they're going to cook together. Now, on the South Shore, they put pork chops in them sometimes. They put other things in to give everything a nice flavor, and they don't sear them off. So I'm not going to sear these pork chops off. I normally sear off, any type of meat that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it. Eating a tablespoon of raw sauerkraut a day is very healthy for you. It's loaded with all those enzymes and things that keep your stomach healthy. When we used to get sauerkraut, we used to get them from Tancook Island. My grandmother, my grandfather, and I would just take a fork and just go to town as soon as we get these big buckets. I can't remember the guy's name. Maybe if anyone's watching and knows he's one of the last guys to make Tancook sauerkraut. And we just take it for a fork and start digging into the bucket. Drinking sauerkraut juice might sound gross and off-putting a bit, but it was always kind of a special treat in my household too. It's also a medic, so if you're kind of bound up, downtown, you just drink a little bit of sauerkraut juice and it gets you where you need to go. Trust me. And it's actually kind of good. It's fizzy. It's like drinking sauerkraut flavored pop. I know it's not selling you on it, but honestly, it's what they used to do in the old days. This recipe is very easy and it comes together pretty quickly. And all you have to do is put everything in a pot and let it go. We're only going to use a knife for one thing, and that's to take the peeling off the onion. This recipe comes together pretty quickly. I'm going to boil the potatoes whole, and you just put it in a pot and you let it go, and you can come back to something really, really tasty. Got the potatoes in, the sauerkraut and the pork chops in. I'm just going to add water, or as I say in Cape Breton, the water. I'm going to turn this up until it's boiling, then I'm going to turn it down and simmer it. Now for a little bit of New Ross Gold right here, Bulwark cider. Oh, I mean, how much potatoes to use, how much sausage to use, how much sauerkraut to use. It all depends on how many people you're cooking, how much food you want to make. I've had a couple comments saying you don't really tell a lot of cooking times. Well, when the potatoes are done, your food's going to be done. About halfway through, I'm going to add these sausages. Now these sausages are good.
Mom's eyeliner. I have eyeliner that I know isn't mine.
This is a riveting conversation behind me. Eyeliner.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I love hearing stories about eyeliner. I'm putting this in my video, by the way.
You're putting this in your video?
Oh yes, this conversation.
Okay. Jason's making a video, a cooking video.
Yes, he is. Yeah. Anyway, this is my adopted daughter.
Pardon?
Grace. Now it's time to drive these sausages in there.
Whole?
Yeah, whole.
Why whole?
Because you're going to eat them whole.
Sure.
Kids these days. Anyway, gonna shove some of these mothers in there, and
some of these fathers in there too.
And some of these fathers in there too, and let it go. So when you're done, you just put some of the pork chop and the sausages and the sauerkraut and the potatoes in a bowl, cover it with juice, and you're ready to go. I put a little green onion on it, and I squirted a little mustard on it, and that's it. I have a little bit of sausage here. I have a little bit of sauerkraut here that's been flavored wonderfully with the pork chops and the sausages. Oh. A little bit of pork, and it's tender. So there it is. I'm going to dedicate this to my grandmother because this might be a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same thing. So Nanny, there it is.